I went to put the intercooler in, and originally I had the lines running pretty low. And if you look here, you see I got the intercooler stood off there a pretty good ways off the bulkhead, about 1.5 inches, but the radius, you can see the natural radius on those hoses. Wanted to be a little bit more. It fit, but it was just kind of pushing on those hoses a little more than I'd like to have. So instead of that becoming a problem over time with, you know, hoses being pressurized and unpressurized and cars moving and bouncing, I just went ahead and just took it off the off the bottom and just drilled a couple more holes and put them on the top, and kind of no harm no foul. So, you know, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, that's all right. That's how we get there, slowly but surely. So anyway, I just want to show you guys that I screwed up. That's what happens when you're dealing with like all these, like, you know, multiple system stuff. You know, it went from a naturally aspirated, you know, car that was set up that way, and now you added, you know, an intercooler system. You've improved the cooling system. I had to upgrade the transmission cooling system, and you're just putting stuff into, you know, you're packaging stuff that was never meant to be packaged. So you're kind of figuring all that engineering out as you go. So it's why it's tough work for shops, man, because, you know, let's say you're working a shop and that happened and you're like, yo dog, I'm sorry, I just drilled a couple extra holes in your car. Or you could bill them for, you know, lightening the chassis. I don't really know, but yeah, you gotta think of it all, and it's why the mock-up stuff is important. When you really kind of put stuff in place, you know, you have the mindset of, I'm going to put this in and out and in and out and in and out, and you just get comfortable with that, because you're gonna get stuck in that mindset. That's like how I built it. Mindset was just like, just knuckle down and bash through it and just root things around. But now, you know, back here cleaning stuff up and trying to do it right. So anyway, wiring harness. Let's do wiring harness stuff. I hate it when you have stuff, you know you have stuff, you bought stuff, you brought it home, but you have no clue where you put it. That's how I end up with surpluses and stuff. How I end up with stock is I buy stuff and then my senile mind kicks in and I have no idea where I put it. So, yep. Haha! Found it! So I don't know if it's gonna look any different to you guys, but I've been doing this for like an hour, okay, maybe like 3 or 4 hours. But we got these wires kind of cleaned up in here a bit. It looks a little bit less hectic, and I decided, instead of going with the old octopus that I had on there, to kind of go with the old Matt Happel little power stud on the side, and just ran the big breaker is there. He runs all the way to my fuel pumps. I'm gonna have 2 fuel pumps running off of that guy, and then I hid the rest of it up underneath the bulkhead here, as far as the fan relay and the fuse for it, and we basically ran all the plumbing and stuff and put all the gear for the hood release mechanism and our water tank for the windshield wiper squirters and the intercooler. Everything's all hooked up. The wires have all been ran in the loom, so we don't have just these random wires running everywhere like it was before. And I think this is looking pretty good. I'm gonna have to make some new battery cables because they ended up being too short, the old ones. But this isn't bad. I need to kind of figure out what I'm going to do next, and kind of start working that. So that's where we're at. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this has been a good update. I try to put these updates a little more often, so you guys that are following the build can kind of follow along and enjoy that. And yeah, man, until next time, this is Mike Monkey Fab signing out.